Good morning, Collective. Sacred Spiritual Healer with your daily messages. I hope you're doing well as we've shifted the energy once again. As we said last month or in the beginning of January, that the energies are, it's not that time is speeding up, but energies are moving forward rapidly. And you're going to feel these changes and these shifts much stronger, but at a much closer span. We are going into, or we have gone into now, Aquarius season. Happy birthday to my Aquarians, myself Aquarian as well. So we're moving forward with our intellect, not afraid to cut out things that no longer serve us. We are in the waning moon, so good. It's a very good time to still, even though we should have done this before December 31st, cutting things out that no longer serve us, cutting out things that are low vibrational, right? Things that don't want to step up the game, step up for their highest good. And we're moving towards our soul purpose and our mission, which should be our focus for 2020, of helping to change the things around us for the better, being the change in the world that we want to see. All right, so in the near, well, actually, Spirit's saying to start here. Okay, trying to move at the same time as talk. I can multitask, honest. All right, so Spirit, give us true and precise messages for the divine feminines in the collective. And Spirit, give us true and precise messages for the collective of the masculine energy. Very nice. We have divine feminines have the number 11 card. Beautiful, the singer of transformation. Of course you are, because you have transformed. You've already gone through your death and rebirth of your divine feminine energy within each of us, even the men. All right. Remember, we all have masculine and feminine within us. And the 13, number 4, know that you're protected with Mickle Knuckle. Having fun, relaxing, enjoying your journey, enjoying your soul purpose, enjoying the season, the change, the new air, the new shift into Aquarius. Alright, and the singer transformation, just shining your light brightly, seeing it's like the light bulbs come on for some of you of your gifts, your soul purpose, and knowing how to move forward, that next step. You don't have to know the destination, the steps along the way. You don't have to know the actual end of that destination. Remember, it's all about the journey, but knowing your first step to take, and not being afraid to be the novice or the beginner, the taking baby steps. You know, they first have to crawl before they can walk, and when they do walk, sure, they wobble, they fall, but know that it's okay, because you're going to eventually be able to walk steadily and run with Spirit's help, as long as you're looking to Spirit for guidance. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, Spirit says the past. Okay, he's going to keep me on track here. Recent past for the collective, please, Spirit. Recent past for the collective, and recent past of those that the divine counterpart they're working with or thinking about. Thank you. And their career sector, please, Spirit. I'm going to take these. Okay. Career. Near future, please, Spirit, of the collective, those watching. Give me the energies of those watching, please. And those that they are thinking about in the near future, their counterparts. Spirit wants us to use the shaman deck, mystic shaman deck, for the present energy. This means it's going to be very spiritual, probably pretty deep messages coming through. And remember, when we speak of divine or spirit, it's whatever God or goddess you look to for your highest power. All right. So no insult intended. Same as energy is fluid, whether it's the divine feminine, divine masculine energy, as we have each in both, all of us. Remember that it's whatever's strongest or more prominent in you. We are still going through the masculine rebirth energy of some of the collective. So for some of you, you may be presenting more feminine energy currently, even though usually you present more strong. Is that a word? That's poor English. Present stronger in your masculine energy. Know that there's a lot of changes going on as you ascend. Perhaps some of you are even feeling flu-like symptoms. It's ascension flu. But you're welcome to still get checked out by your doctors to make sure that it's not the 3D flu, right? All right. And set these aside, but know that they're already pulled. Right there. All right. So let's start with the recent past for the collective. Your energy is coming up as, wow, pretty good. All right. So the end of a cycle and the start of a new cycle. We all have the energy shift into Aquarius, so this is an end of a cycle and a start of a new cycle. Knowing that things had to change prior to this today, right? And boom, the doors have shut to certain energies clinging to the negativity, the low vibrational. Things that didn't want to change, they didn't want to step up their game, they didn't want to release the karmic energy and spirits saying going forward that you're going to have to release that negative low vibrational energy before today and for your highest good so that you can move forward, so that you can grow in your spiritual path or your soul purpose, what you came here to do. You're going to dance to the beat of your own drum, following the path in which Spirit has paved for you, knowing that it's in your highest good, but dancing to the beat of your own drum, realizing that you can be you, true to yourself, getting to know yourself, or you have already in your spiritual awakening, in your spiritual growth. And this is the devil energy in reverse. Love it. That means you have released wearing those masks, the dark side, the shadow side of yourself, holding yourself, being bound to devil energy. You've released that energy in the recent past. Recent past, remember, could be as early as yesterday or, before midnight. So your partner, collective, all right. Sorry, I think the camera's not quite showing up on all of it. Let me lower the camera a little bit there. So a lot of times I hold them down here and you can't see them. All right, so So taking the leap of faith forward, wanting to jump off that cliff with not allowing things to hold them back. Although for some, they were being held back, and so they weren't able to move forward in the next shift with you. That's where the divide comes, right? Those that are in their soul purpose, headed to their soul purpose, those that wouldn't release the karmic energy, not that this little cute doggy is a karmic energy, but it represents something holding them back. So they want to take the leap forward, but they're allowing this negative low vibrational energy to hold them back from growth. And for that reason, they perhaps are not moving forward in this next cycle with you. So perhaps you're on a different dimensional level, time level than them. And you may feel that. You may need to release them so that you can continue in your soul purpose and in your path. So that you don't get caught up in their karmic lessons. Right? Having the strength, but this is also someone still pretending to be something they're not. They're pretending to be strong, but they are not able to embody that strength fully. Perhaps they need to, I do see a lot of yellow and orange here, perhaps they need to balance or open their solar plexus more, do more work on their solar plexus. This is your powerhouse chakra. This is your strength, your courage, your intuition, your first brain. And they are not willing to dance to the beat of their own drum as you are. In and out of your life, they have been Knight of Wands, a player energy. This is someone that has tried to be strong, tried to leave this behind, but perhaps they just weren't able to. And for many of you, you were or in third-party situations, and you have decided to pull your energy back and move forward in your purpose and leave behind that devil energy that this represents, and know that if this energy is meant for you, you will come back around, because Spirit wants you to remember that what is meant for you cannot be taken from you, although self-will is at play still. So if they still want to be a player, they still have their self-will choice to stay in their low vibration, their devil energy. Move forward to your career. Take a look at the career. Alright, so you've had a tower moment in your career, or you're about to. This is today's energy number. This reminds me right now, I'm just getting somebody opened a can of worms. Perhaps it was in a conversation, someone got caught in something they were, let's see, it's like they got burned for playing with something, matches, right? Or they got caught with something. So this is opening the can of worms, and all their lies and deceit has come forward. Spirit did this on purpose so that they could, let me take that back. It's your career. So whoever's watching, alright, this is your career. So it's opened a can of worms in your life regarding things that had to come out to the open. Perhaps you've seen the light, you've had that lightning bolt moment where you had to release things, cut things out of your life, toxicity, knowing that some perhaps were not quite as dark as other issues, but you still had to release them to the ethers so that you could start with a fresh slate, new slate. Releasing things that no longer serve you is the Six of Swords. Fleeing the situation, even though it was very emotional, you no longer wanted to get caught up into this emotional tidal wave, this tsunami of emotions that were coming over you regarding a situation. You felt like things were blossoming, but then they never bloomed. Perhaps you had to leave things behind that again didn't serve you. Even if you felt they were part of you, this for some could be a soulmate, some could be a twin flame connection, but you knew that they were not growing, they were not doing the work, they weren't releasing toxicity in their life. But Spirit wants you to remember you cannot be held back. You don't want to hold on to them, because they will only sink your ship. They'll only pull you under at this point moving forward. You need to move forward and in your mission, and know that when they do the work and come to their enlightenment, then now is the time, actually before today, but now is the time to, anything left over needs to be released so that you can flee the situation for your highest good, so that you can step into your power. For those that have not, for those of you that have stepped into your power, release low vibrational energy, toxicity in your life, those that were clinging to negativity, those that were clinging to forbidden fruit. This is you now being blessed by Spirit, by the universe, for that loss in your life, in your career sector, in your money or financials. From the other side, Spirit wants you to know, long snow moon, that yes, you need to flee the situation, you need to move forward, you need to no longer contemplate this movement. Spirit has sent you messages and wants you to take deliberate action. This is a number 9 card, a near completion, saying that it's come full circle for some of you and situations. And this could be family, friends, it could be a lover, it could be a spouse. But this is holding you back from your growth, your spiritual purpose, your soul purpose, in which you came here to complete. And you are responsible for that. So contemplating, do I stay or do I go? Then if it's even coming up that should I go, you need to know that Spirit saying you need to go. And that's your message. You don't need to keep waiting for more messages. Purity, Spirit, a path of the north. Be free like a wild Mustang. Don't let these things hold you back, break your spirit. Don't allow others to break your spirit. You are free. Number 4 is you are also very much protected. protected by spirit, to have that free spirit, to move forward, run like the wind, embrace your inner child, heal your inner child, and your innocence, inner innocence. For some of you, perhaps you feel your inner child or your childhood you were robbed of your inner child or your childhood. For some of you, and know that these things of your childhood were for your highest good, for today, for tomorrow, for when you needed the strength to overcome adversity, for the strength to overcome spiritual warfare. But Spirit wants you to know things in your childhood happen for a reason, as well as things throughout our lives happen for a reason. It makes us stronger. And embrace that lesson, embrace the strength that it's given you. This is your identity. And Spirit, the white buffalo spirit wants you to know that you are strong and that you need to move forward in your identity, for this is who you were meant to be. Be a strong spirit, be of a strong spirit, and move forward and help others. This is your self-discovery moment, that light bulb moment when you see the light of what you are meant to be, what path you're supposed to follow, and allow. Number 8, also infinity. You are feeling vulnerable perhaps, but allow this vulnerability, but more importantly, accept vulnerability. I can speak honest. Accept the invulnerability, because Spirit wants you to just turn over that faith to Spirit and trust they have your best interest in heart, and they will provide you your path, your next step. But you have to listen to your spirit guides. You have to be willing to hear what messages they want to tell you. And for some of you, they needed to still heal their inner child. They still needed to heal lessons from their childhood, things that occurred during their childhood. For many, it was abuse, or possibly even. Okay, I just need to say what messages are coming to me. I usually try to filter some of this, but for some of you, perhaps you were molested or worse during your childhood. Perhaps some of you were beaten by parents or loved ones. Some of you lost loved ones as a child, but you need to embrace that as part of your life lesson, that it made you a stronger person to be who you are today. And Spirit wants you to step into your high priest energy. Take the throne, take this strength and knowledge they have given you, the gifts that they have bestowed upon you before you came to earth, for this mission, for this purpose, and move forward so that the rainbow can shine upon you. Chalice, fertility, so that you can birth this new beginning of calm waters, greener pastures. Again, the rainbow is there. Divine with the dove is very divine, and they know that you cried over this connection or over this situation. Sun is here shining on you and will continue to guide you as you follow this path. Many of you are refusing to see the things of the past, the things of your childhood, with the seer card here. Number 9, and a number 8. Those for number synchronicities. Alright, number 9 card, middle world for present energy. Your middle world is earth, your 3D self. Healing this situation, uprooting your old belief system, having to dig deep to how you were raised, having to dig deep to the things of childhood. And some of you have done this healing, many of you have done this healing because you want to move forward. Want equal balance. Spirit says continue to meditate every day, every morning. I can say also, not that this part's channeled, between the time frame of 3:30 in the morning to 4:30, almost 5 o'clock, is the most divine time for your meditation, although any time is good to meditate to Spirit, to be in tune to Spirit guides. Back to the channeled message, sorry. Dance with the spirit guides and get to know your spirit guides. Spirit wants you to reach out to them and have be in union with yourself, be in union with Spirit, so that you can embrace the now moment and enjoy your 3D environment, your 3D life, as they are guiding you in your soul purpose for your highest good, for your growth. And know things will blossom once, and you will be abundant in all things once you step into your mission, your soul purpose, what you came here to do. Spirit says, yes, you do need to still near completion. Number 9, you're almost there. You're almost healed in the sense of your past life, but there are things you didn't want to see, things of your past life, things in your past of life, things of your childhood that need, whoever's listening to this, deep need to still look at your childhood. Things that were in your childhood that you don't want to see the truth of the matter, things that happened, right, but they happen differently than you're trying to remember them. Perhaps you're trying to see them with the rose-colored glasses, but it's okay to see them from the shadow self that they are, the side of things that happened to us as a child. And just accept them as what made you stronger, what made you came out of that situation stronger than you were before it happened, as we do as adults when we have adversity in our life. We come out of it stronger, and Spirit wants you to call upon the spirit of the seer here and ask them for guidance, ask them to show you the things you do not want to see, those things of your childhood, that they reveal to you the truth of the matter so that you can move forward in embracing the truth and be okay with the truth. Because other things that happen to other people, or the choices other people made, again, I keep getting suicide. Yesterday I got suicide as well. My condolences. But this was a choice, a life path, or a choice they made. It does not affect you. It may have affected you, but you allowed it to affect you in a way that it shouldn't have. This was a choice they made, just as choices you make are affecting your children or your future. But we need to know that things make us stronger. And it's okay to embrace the choice they made and allow the choice they made for their highest good or their life at that time, whatever that choice was. Number 8, and that's for whoever needed to hear that portion of that message, but all of us need to go within, ask Spirit of Seer, hang on, we're not done. All of us listening to the message need to seek the Seer Spirit and ask them to show us the truth of things we didn't want to see so that we can heal from those things and move forward. And number 8, the medicine wheel, and we can heal from these things of the past. See them for what they are, for the wisdom that it brought us. Know that it has directed us to the things that heal us, things that nurture us. It has brought us to where we are at today. For the medicine wheel here, also with this the snake, reminds me of the Kundalini rising. Perhaps some of you have stayed so down into your toxicity, your Kundalini or awakening process has not been able to be activated, has not been able to rise to the occasion. However, look to the different directions, the spirits of the east and of the air, the south of the fire, the west of the water, and the north of the earth, and ask for guidance and wisdom in your journey, and heal from those situations in the near future for you. Wow, nice. Okay. 8 of Wands coming forward regarding communication. This is either you to the divine, casting, manifesting new beginnings, calling out for a new soul connection, deep love connection, or this is you communicating with spirit. You see here the communications going from earth to the divine, and or for some it could be across the miles, across different states, different countries, but someone is communicating here the want for something deeper, the deeper meaning to life, the deeper connection regarding a 4 of Wands energy. And this is a lot of wands here, but the stability in their life regarding a family situation. Either this is regarding their past life, situation that they want stability regarding that, but most of you are thinking about your family life, having a family, and for some of you, you need to heal your inner child and the inner child of your counterpart, knowing that the twin flame, especially connection here, is showing up, and the dragonfly for any with synchronicity regarding a dragonfly. Dragonflies are all about transformation as well as a butterfly. Spiritual messages there. Six of Swords, you're moving forward. Remember, here in the things that have been illuminated in the shadows has shown you your path, and you know now that you need to perhaps learn from the message or pain that you was caused to you. Learn from those things that you took as lessons. All these swords were lessons learned or traumas that occurred to you throughout your life, but you're moving forward, and they have made you who you are. They've made you stronger. This is your counterpart's near future. Counterpart here is sitting in their throne, King of Swords, Aquarian energy as well, sitting in their truth, just waiting. They know, and as this is your counterpart is here waiting, looking towards this person moving forward. She's moving forward to a new person, perhaps, but this is the one they're thinking about, the energy they're thinking about. This person is moving on with their life, moving forward in their soul purpose, their mission, but also since these are facing each other, I'd say you're headed towards something new, and perhaps a new counterpart, something that gives you Six of Cups, something that gives you equal give and take. Know that there are things in the spiritual realm watching you, others perhaps even spying on you in the 3D, and this is regarding your Ten of Cups, your happiness, your happy ever after. For some of you, there's another woman here in this picture and a cat, if the cat has a symbol for you. Also know that Spirit is shining there. This is wish fulfillment, your happy ever after. The rainbow of light is here. A lot of people are going to be buzzing. A lot of people are going to be talking about this. It's going to stir the community around you with a lot of gossip because of all the blessings being bestowed upon this person. The change that this person has brought into their life. Let's get some clarification cards for the present energy, Spirit. Give us clarification on the middle world here, the earthly realm, and advice. And number 9, the seer spirit, clarification and advice. And number 8 with the medicine wheel, clarification and advice. 3, advice for the near future. Okay. And for the counterpart. Okay, so clarifying the middle world message. You have number 1, celebration regarding this passionate connection that you have. The coyote, but you see here he's dancing with the flames in his hand, willing to play with fire, taking the risk of playing with the fire. As for some of you, you were things. This is also about someone that's playing with fire, magic, playing with magic, and it was illuminated through the shadow of the shadow self. Someone was looking out for themselves. This is very few of you. Someone has done spell work here upon something that was divine, which was take an adverse effect, right? They were looking out for number 1, number uno, themselves. This is not about loving themselves. This is someone that's done magic against something or someone, an energy for their own highest good. All right, for others of you, and the majority of you, this is about celebration, healing yourself, and dancing to that energy. Having the number 1 card here again, a new beginning in peace, in looking towards inner peace. Seer, know that the matriarch of shields are here to protect you. They will show you images in your dream state regarding things that you need to be warned of, but know that they are here to protect you in the spiritual realm when you go into this journey, when you go and see things that you didn't want to see with the seer spirit. Know that you're still protected from that realm, and to not be afraid, do not fear searching out the truth so that you can move forward. Number 3, body, soul, and mind. Number 3 is also here, joint effort. You, your counterpart, perhaps in spirit. Okay, the medicine wheel, number 8, is clarified by Maiden of Pipes. This is about the peace pipe as well, bringing peace to a situation, having that inner peace, trusting spirit that they will make the decision and guide you for your highest good. That perhaps you can't see where you're headed, perhaps you can't see what your soul purpose is, but Spirit's saying, trust spirit for the do the healing, trust spirit that even though you may not see where you're going, Spirit is guiding you to what is for your highest good. And advice here is Maiden of Blades, and they're asking you, yes, go ahead and cut out things that no longer serve you. Cut out the things of toxicity, of low vibration. We're not going back to the low vibration. You can only move forward from here, and it's time to cut the cords to those lower vibrational situations or people, person, places, things. All right. Okay. 4, the scout. Know that someone is pretending to be, and this is your near future, someone is still pretending to be a sheep in wolf's clothing. The Spirit has been sending you signs and synchronicities, messages. Perhaps some of them are in tarot readings. Some of them are in synchronicities around you regarding flowers, but something is hidden here that you're not seeing, and they're being a wolf in sheep's clothing, and you need to look to Spirit, ask Spirit for the guidance so that you can gain clarity regarding something that was not for you, not what you thought it was. And it is time to move forward and create a new beginning. Sand painter here, equal give and take with the number 8, but also being the creator, co-creator of your own new beginning. Call out to the universe what you want in your life, because this is, you have the power within you to co-create, to manifest. Remember, our words are the manifestation when the Spirit, universe wants to deliver what you're asking for. And I'm also reminded to remind you, or I'm being told to remind you that whoever was doing magic here against someone else, to co-create, but when you call out to the universe, it has to be do no harm. Do not do magic or mess with things of magic or black magic, any voodoo, any binding. You do not want to do something that inhibits someone else's self-will. You don't want to do magic that is going to cause harm to someone, because it will be very fatal or adverse for yourself. And medicine, number 10, completion, medicine wheel here is co-creating. The sun has set on a situation and rising for a new situation so that you can heal and move forward in this new shift of energy as we move forward. Your counterparts clarification cards, having the strength to move forward, knowing that Spirit is carrying them through this adverse time in their life so that they can gain that 10 of Cups, that wish fulfillment. They are moving forward. They're taking the faith and moving forward because they recognize the signs and synchronicities around them, and they are listening to their spiritual guidance. Okay, the top 2 cards here that were native. Yes, someone is a trickster. This is matching right away. I'm being told to grab this one. And you see that it looks a lot like him. He has a fox head here. Where's the sheep clothing one? Yeah, this one. And these 3 here all pretty much match the energies together. So it's just clarification for you. The Spirit says trickster. There's a trickster amongst some of you. That one goes there. This is here. For some of you, they may be presenting as pure and innocent and looking to help you on your journey, but know that there's a trickster amongst you, and to not be the trickster if this is you, cross-watcher, or the person watching. Otherwise, it's for those that perhaps have this in their environment, in their energy field. Someone is playing games with you. So not for your highest good. They're trying to lead you down the wrong path, trying to lower your vibration. They don't want you to, I guess I'm not done. They don't want you to succeed without them. They don't want you, perhaps it's not total, it's not out of a place of evil, it's more out of a place of selfishness. They don't want you to move on without them. They don't want you to succeed without them. They want to keep you to themselves. It's like someone that cages an animal and then keeps it in a cage, right? They don't want to really enjoy the animal. They just want to sit in a corner in a cage. If someone truly wants a pet or an animal in their life, they would allow it to roam free within their home, right? So that it is a part of their family. Instead, this person is looking to put someone in a cage or control them just because they don't want someone else to have them. They don't want them to enjoy life without them. They don't want to see them succeed. Wow, that's unfortunate. Talking stick. I think we're getting the dirt or the tea here. Talking stick. Maybe things need to be spoke of. Maybe things need to talk things out. Pass the talking stick. In the tribal times, they sit around the fire, right, and pass the talking stick so that they could clear the air of something that was being held back, a truth that needed to be spoke, something that was causing a conflict either within themselves or within the tribe. So they pass the talking stick so each would have their time or their moment to speak their truth regarding a situation. And Spirit says maybe it's time someone speak their truth. Maybe it's not time they speak their wishes of where they're going and where their path is taking them. Advice, Spirit, for the collective regarding that those dealing with the trickster. Balance yourself with the shields, number one. To balance your divine feminine and divine masculine energy and ask for spiritual guidance regarding the situation. Other advice, please. The wish card, your wish is they're going to be fulfilled, knowing that you are doing the work and you will not be they will not be allowed to pull you down, that their curses or magic will not be fulfilled, because it's spirit. You are spiritually protected. If you're in a divine connection, you're here for a purpose, then you are spiritually protected. Don't mourn the loss of this person. They were not wishing you well. They were not for your highest good when they chose their self-will. Perhaps at one point they were for your highest good, but when they took the choice, self-will, to take this action against you, it changed everything. It's like a lightning bolt moment that come in, and Spirit was protecting you by removing this person from either your life or your energy field, so that you're going to need to know and trust that it's for your highest good, and to cut things out that no longer serve you. And do not mourn this loss, because they were not wishing you well. They were hanging your heart on a stick. You're causing a lot of confusion in your mind. Seven of Cup. Here, they were being stubborn, trying to control the situation, causing you confusion. Perhaps that's part of their wish, or part of their magic was to cause confusion for you, so that it would cause a trail of tears, so that you could not move forward without them. This is a deep message. And they were being defiant against spiritual will, against spiritual guidance. They were not listening to their spiritual guides. They were not listening to their higher self. But the Sun card is here to bless you, those that were dealing with that situation. And this is just a few of you, very few. But know that it's important that you know that Spirit is blessing you, and the sun will shine on you, and you are divinely protected. And it's time to get, even though the situation's been a divide, caused a rapid, again, I just see a lightning bolt with a tree falling. It was once supposed to have growth and blossom, but this lightning bolt came in and sheared it in half, and it has fallen, and to pretty much to its death, I guess. warrior of blades. It's time to get back on the horse and move forward. Do not mourn the situation. Spirit says, be the shaman within yourself. Make the change that's needed to happen. For some of you, this was a twin flame connection, for a very deep soul connection, a very tribal connection, very spiritual. I'm getting from this card. And that shadow side is in your past, and now it's time to look to the sun for guidance. Be strong in your masculine energy, because justice is here to protect you. Wow, that was a deep. The messages lately, for those that are watching each day, yesterday's messages were pretty deep as well, but a lot of assertive energy coming through from the spirit guides when they're giving me these messages. I usually try to not sugarcoat it, but I do try to tone it down so it doesn't sound so abrupt to think that I'm being harsh. But I do have to. Spirit is reminding me that I need to get across to their point the urgency and importance of it by using the tone in which they're coming across to me in. So if I say something along the lines of, growing a backbone or something that hurts your feelings, just know that it's your spirit trying to say to you that it's this important to be bold, to be assertive in that, communicating that to the collective so they take it serious and not all rose-colored glasses. Not everything is glitter and jewels. I don't know what that means. Okay. Cordella, go outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. Okay, it's only 5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not going out. This must be for you. Alright. Cordella, go outside. You've been inside too long. Get some fresh air. And Frasier, be bold. Unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. And for some, another cat in this picture. Someone has cats. 1, 2, 3. I think I see at least 3 cats right off the bat. For some of you, perhaps you need to adopt a cat. Listen to your highest good with Frasier here, being bold. But don't be afraid, again, getting the message. Don't be afraid to sound the horn. These things that are warnings for you are very important, and someone needs to sound the alarm so people pay attention. Because in other words, people want to brush it under the rug, thinking that everything is just rosy. Okay, well, Hathor, I like this. We haven't gotten this in like forever. Receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuitional energy, the ability to give to others. So when someone wants to offer you assistance, be willing to accept it, knowing that you give so much of yourself to others, especially those of us that are empaths, right? We heal others, we give our energy, we heal them. We are always doing for other people, but we seldom allow, nor are we comfortable with allowing others to give to us. Myself, I'm experiencing that this month and last month even, allowing others to do for me so much. But Spirit reminds us all to allow you to receive. This will increase your intuitive energy and ability to give to more, because it fills, right? It fills your cup up. It's beautiful. And on the bottom, prosperity. This was just on the bottom and I just happened to look at it, so I'm going to show you. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving it. That's pretty. Reminds me of Aquarius energy because it's so airy. And we're in Aquarius season, so how appropriate. Okay, with angels around you, know that you do have ancestors all around you. Getting a loved one that's passed over, that's either a mother or a grandmother, is around you. For someone in the, probably more than one of you, but for one specific, they are trying to guide them. They have tried to give them signs and synchronicities and speak with them, but they're overindulging. They're not listening to the messages coming through. That the mother or grandmother, an elderly woman, a little stocky maybe, um, is trying. That's all they just keep saying they're trying to reach you. Angel of expression. Speak your truth and express yourself clearly. And again, with being bold, sounding the horn, expressing what needs to come out. Goddess of oneness. Someone you love is thinking fondly of you at the moment. This is all about tree growth, nurturing. Again, I get the energy of earth outside, but they want to help you grow. Someone is thinking of you. Again, with spirits from the other side. Goddess of sacred power, you are being encouraged to take a leading role in your current situation. Take the leap of faith, take the leading role in your life, take the leading role in your soul purpose and in your mission. Some of you, or actually anyone listening to these messages, should have already received some clarity if they're listening and paying attention to the messages. They should have received clarity by now of what that soul purpose is, what your mission is. If it's the first thing that comes to mind, boom, that's what your mission is, or a part of it. It's usually something that your heart and soul is very passionate about. Perhaps you never dared to take that step or never thought it was possible. Spirit says that that is your soul purpose and your mission, because your soul is calling out to do that. So it's trying to tell you what your mission is. Alright? Spirit wants advice for you. This is from your spirit guides. Aquarius energy. Number 5, all about change. Is a very intellectual energy. Aquarians are very intellectual because they say, I know. They know the truth. They know everything. So if you're asking yourself, ooh, does they know? Yes, they know. Yes, I know. I've seen the truths behind the lies, truths behind the deceits, the games people have played, the energies. We read their energies, right? So yes, they know. And Uranus, genius. Number 9, near completion. Reaching down to help others up. For Uranus, someone is, we can't pull them up. We can't pull them. Okay, with this is someone that has this person who's still in a, and there's more than one in your environment that is still low vibrational. They're not doing the work. They're holding on to toxicity in their life. We can't pull them up out of it. They do have self-will, and it's not up to us to do magic on them to pull them up out of the darkness. It's not up to us to stay and allow them to pull you down into the darkness. It's give them positive energy, heal them in the 5D, but to focus on your mission, your soul purpose. Once you've awakened them and done what you can, then it's time to allow them to have self-will and allow spirit to work on them. South Node, life's debt. This is about karmic debt, number 6. Yes, exactly. For some of them, they have this low vibration or still in the darkness, that they have earned a life debt, a karmic debt. And you're not going to be able to pull them up out of that because it's something they have to pay before they can move on. For some of them, depending on how much karmic debt they have earned over a lifetime and have not been working to correct that situation, then some of them are going to have quite the time right now. Judgment month, of course, as we've been saying, right? January's judgment month. For many of them, they have received their judgment and now are having to pay that karmic debt back. And for this person who's doing this, if it's against a divine, they're going to have a lot. Their debt is yet to come. This is pretty fresh. All right, so 7 of Summer. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. And don't overanalyze, just listen to your spirit guides. Allow spirit to show you signs and synchronicities to guide you. 5 of Spring Opposing goals arising from different opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. This, again, this person looks like, I'm just getting that he's like in this almost like quicksand over here and very dark, and this cute little fairy here is trying to pull them a lifeline to pull them up out of it. Isn't that so true with some of us, trying to pull people up out of their toxicity? And we can heal them so much, and we can show them the light, send them positive healing energy so that they have inner peace. But in the end, they have to want to get out of the quicksand. It's still about self-will. Queen of Summer, loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive. Listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. Taking care of others, perhaps too much. And what did we just say? Trying to pull them up out of the quicksand. Trying to do too much. I love it when all the cards have the same message, so that maybe not too much, but just more confirmation. Spirit wants you to know what you need to work on. Hang on, I gotta get this one. I'm gonna get this one. Okay. Number 1 is your base chakra. We need to be grounded at this time. Aquarius, we've just gone into the shift of Aquarius season, and it's important because Aquarians, we are very much about astral travel and the quantum physics and being all in the mind. So Spirit wants you to remember, go out into Earth and take a walk, because you need to be grounded. This will help ground you with your base chakra. Go outside, take a walk, get some fresh air. Buy a tree, plant a tree. But focus on your base chakra. For some of you, perhaps wear red, even if it's just red socks. Something that will ground you with the intention of grounding. This is for you, your highest good. Number 8, emotional withdrawal. You can, if you need to heal your inner being, inner self, go within and meditate. If that's what you need to heal that emotional situation. And this is like the Hermit card to me. Emotional withdrawal is going within and seeing, healing yourself from the inside out. And that's where all healing takes place. You have to go to the very core of this situation, right? And heal from the inside out. You know, when someone's a diabetic and they have a reaction of low sugar and they're unconscious, then you can put oxygen on them and try and wake them up, but the reality is they need sugar. So, you know, they need to have that glucose into their bloodstream to awaken them. You have to go to the core of the problem, not just treat the symptom. Go to the core of the emotional situation. Dreams coming true. Spirit is blessing you. Your dreams are coming true. You and your future partner. Wish fulfillment. What you have called out to the universe, because the universe wants to deliver these to you. You just have to believe. So this has been a very deep reading. But if you want a personal reading, feel free to email me at sacredspiritualhealer@gmail.com. You can certainly share these messages for others to get the messages as well. Like, subscribe, etc. Right? I don't usually go preaching on that because it's whatever the Spirit draws you to. Alright? Have a blessed day.